you ready? We're going to talk about trunk motions this time. So we still follow that same, make sure I'm recording this time. We are. Make sure we're still following that same three cardinal plane system, right? So if this is shoulder flexion, can you show me what trunk flexion or lumbar flexion would look like?
Flexion is...
Yes, this motion right here. Perfect. So if this is flexion, what does extension look like? Yes, this is extension. Perfect. So lumbar flexion in the sagittal plane, lumbar extension in the sagittal plane. What would our frontal plane motion look like from our lumbar spine? Yes, yes. So we're going to call that lateral flexion, and we're going to name it to the side of the client. So let's say if I'm the client and I'm leaning this way, I'm laterally flexing this way, it is right lateral flexion. If I go this way, it is?
Left lateral flexion.
Yes, left lateral flexion. Nailed it. All right, what would our transverse plane lumbar motion look like? Nailed it, yes. Yes, this is lumbar. What are we going to call this motion?
Rotation.
Yes, say it like you mean it.
Rotation.
Lumbar rotation. If I'm going this way, I'm your client, and I'm rotating this way, what are we going to call that?
Rotation, lateral rotation to the left, or your right. Your right.
Yeah, my right, exactly. So right lumbar rotation, and this will be left lumbar rotation, and that is in the transverse plane. So let's go back over that real quick. Show me frontal plane lumbar motion. What is frontal plane? Yes, frontal plane. So remember that frontal plane is going to run like this. Yeah. Frontal plane is lateral flexion.
Okay.
And then what is our sagittal plane motion?
Sag is this.
Yes, and what are we going to call that?
That is flexion.
Flexion. What's extension?
Lumbar
Yes.
extension.
What if it's my neck? What would cervical flexion look like? Yes, good job. How about cervical extension? Beautiful. What motion will we call this right here? I'm your client. So
That is flexion, lateral flexion. No.
Rotation to the left.
yes, rotation to the left. Yes, left cervical rotation. That's okay.
Spine is rotating.
That's okay, yeah. So that transverse plane is rotational, right? What is this motion right here called?
That is rotation. Lattice flexion.
Yeah, say it like you mean it.
That is flexion.
What kind of flexion?
Lateral.
Yes. To
Lateral
what side?
flexion.
If I'm your client, what side?
Your right side.
Yes, good job.
Okay.
You nailed it.